Hello there, welcome everybody, it's Diorama Don here. So I've had a request from a subscriber asking me to make a certain part of a path and road. I'm not absolutely sure what the subscriber means, but I'll do this anyway. So what there will be is a cobbled street area so that I can display my tank there when it's complete. So this will be a cobbled, or represent a cobbled road. Then there will be a gutter, and then a curb, and then the path. Okay, so this is how I've done mine anyway. So I've put it all on 3/4 inch thick polystyrene, and I'm using 2.5mm cardboard. So there's a good substantial thickness of cardboard stuck onto the polystyrene. And the shape of the path that I want is a piece of card 2.5mm high, and then this like shuttering, if you like, all the way around is the same height. So when I lay my concrete, if you like, or tile grout, as I always use, when I lay that across there, this height is the same as the side and the front. So all I've got to do is just shutter that across like that, which I shall do in the next segment. And then once that is done, once I've finished the cobbled area, then I can put the path segment on. And all it is two pieces of 2.5mm card stuck together, and then just carved out with a sharp knife the shape of the pavement and the curb that I need. So when that is done, all I've got to do is stick that on there. This will be the cobbled area, and this will be the raised path, and then I can stick my tank on. Okay, and I've made it as rather than just a square or rectangle, a sort of jaunty angle, just to make it look a little more interesting. So anyway, I'll cover this area then with watered down wall filler, as I always do. That will make the tile grout stick easier and better. So I'll do that first, and I'll come back and lay the grout. So I'll be back in one moment. So I've got my base now with the watered down wall filler to lay my tile grout. Just an ordinary cheap grout that you can get from any DIY store that sell wall or floor tiles. And then I've just mixed some up very quickly in here. That's the kind of consistency that you need, something like that. And then all I've got to do is put that on there and spread that out. Maybe a little too much there. It may take a moment to do this, but I'll do it as quickly as I can. That's pretty much it, like that. Take that excess off. So that's it, that's all you need to do. I'll leave that now for half an hour, 45 minutes, and that will set enough for me to scribe into the grout the size and pattern of cobbles that I need, that I want. Okay, so I'll wait for that to go off, scribe my cobbles, and then I've got a little drain that again I've just cut from 2.5mm cardboard, just cut out there, set that into there, so that will represent a drain, and then all I've got to do is put my curb and path on, that way around, no, that way up. Okay, so I'll be back and we'll see what it looks like a little later. So I waited for about an hour, I suppose, and then it was set enough for me to mark out the cobbles, which you can see quite closely there. And I used a pair of compasses to mark out the shape of the cobbles that I wanted, and then just ease that out a couple of turns, and then again like that. Well, you get the idea anyway. If you wanted a pattern of cobbles, which they sometimes were in a pattern rather than just lengthways or vertical. Anyway, so we've got our cobbles. It's the next day now, and they are as hard as rock, absolutely hard as cobbles, really. So I've mixed some lighter coloured tile grout like that, and I shall now put that all over. Not easy to do down the lens of a camera, but I'll do my best. So I'll try to get this in between all the cobbles as best I can, like that. And then when that's on, before it dries, I'll go over with a damp sponge just to take off the surface, so it leaves this lighter colour in between the cobbles. Okay, so that will be basically it. By the time I've put my pavement on, stuck that on, and painted that up, that will be pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and finish it, and I'll be back in one moment, and we'll see what it looks like then. Okay, completed now. I put that layer of lighter coloured tile grout over the top, so that fills in the gaps between the cobbles. Then took off the surface with a damp sponge, let that dry, put my pavement on, stuck that on now. So there we are. We could then use that as a basis for a diorama with your newly made military vehicle. You could even put a backdrop of some kind of vehicle to the back like that. That would maybe show it off a little better. But the idea is the cobbled road. That's the main thing. So I think that's as realistic a cobble as you could possibly ask for. Okay, so again, thanks for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, if you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel. That would help me enormously. It is of no cost to you, but it does help me a lot. So if you subscribe and click the like button and share button, everybody will be happy. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, it's bye for now.